4.5 billion years ago, there was no Earth, only a vast cloud of gas and dust slowly spinning around a newborn star. Rocks collided with other rocks. Larger bodies pulled in smaller ones. Over millions of years, a planet began to take shape. But it was nothing like the world we know today. The surface was completely molten. A deep, churning ocean of liquid rock, nearly 2,000 kilometers deep, with no solid ground anywhere. Every few thousand years, another large rock would hit. Each impact added mass and heat. This continued for tens of millions of years. Another planet, roughly the size of Mars, had been orbiting the Sun near Earth. Scientists call it Theia. The two worlds had likely formed close together, but the gravitational pull of the outer planets slowly pushed Theia off course. It was now heading directly toward Earth. The collision was instantaneous. Both worlds melted completely on impact. Rock and gas were hurled into space. For a brief moment, Earth ceased to exist. But it reformed. The debris left in orbit began to clump together, pulled by gravity into a single body. Within a geologically short time, it had grown into something recognizable: the Moon. Earth survived the impact, but it had been completely reset. Its surface remelted, its history erased. The recovery was slow. Over millions of years, the surface began to cool. A thin crust formed over the still molten interior. Volcanic activity pushed gases to the surface until a primitive atmosphere began to form. Eventually, water vapor cooled enough to fall as rain. The first rain this planet had ever seen, falling on rock still hot from its formation. Over time, that water collected and the first oceans formed. The Moon, now settled in its orbit, began stabilizing Earth's tilt and driving its tides. Piece by piece, the conditions were falling into place. From a cloud of dust and violent collisions, a habitable world had formed. What happened next took another 4 billion years. But it happened. On a planet that had been molten rock, struck by another world, that had lost everything and rebuilt from nothing, life appeared.